Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
Who's that kid? Nick. He looks like Beaker from Muppets.
The one on FS1, Nick Wright.
Yep. Yeah. I got something.
That's amazing.
I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
Welcome in, everybody. This is HUD Wednesday nights, only on HUD Radio. Every Wednesday, we're brought to you by our doc. Make them yours. That's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. As always, Ryan Alizik, Greg Milakovic, Noe Eaton, Luke Brown. Yeah, their fingers don't go where they're supposed to. We got everybody here for you. We'll give you Phillies Mets postgame. Another belt to ass for the Mets.
Woo.
Oh, how the tides have shifted. Good times. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. We'll give you our score predictions, players of the game, Super Bowl rematch, Eagles Chiefs in Arrowhead, 425. Giddy me up. Fire me up, and let's get right into it all.
TB12 on the call.
Of course. But we'll break down everything that is it is Sunday. We'll look back a little bit at last week. We got it all in store for you, but get into our poll question tonight. You expect Tank Bigsby and Za'Darius Smith to make an impact in the game versus the Chiefs? Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Hit the like, subscribe, follow. Most importantly, join our conversation tonight. Become a part of it. I agree. I do. I mean, I think when you're a pass rusher in this league, it's a little bit easier to, come in and I don't know, be faster to adapting, right, than it is in like some other positions where you can like sort of pin your ears back and go get them. So I think he'll have an impact. I think talk about a double-digit sack guy, right? Guys who's known around this league, and I think when you add that guy on the other side of Nolan Smith, right, and Jalen Carter's back, how's he not have an impact? That's just one of the guys. When you talk about Tag, that's a little bit different of story. Just got over here really, really late to the party. I can't see him having a huge impact in this game. I think maybe you'll see a little bit more A.J. Dillon, but, he could get a carry or two. You could possibly see in this one. But I just don't know what kind of impact a running back getting over here on Tuesday or Wednesday is going to have for Sunday. That's a little bit harder. Za'Darius was here, right after Thursday? Was that Friday?
Yeah, they announced the signing Friday.
Yep. Friday. So the guy's here by Saturday or Sunday, or at least here by Monday. He's got a full week of practice, full week of the playbook, and he's a veteran. I think that's a little bit, and he's a defense end. So maybe I'm in the middle. Maybe I'm a split. But I mean, Za'Darius will. The Tank won't. So maybe I disagree. I don't know. I don't know where I stand on this one, but one of the two definitely
let's
will.
go and/or. We can go and/or.
Yeah, I think
right? You don't necessarily have to do both, right?
Yeah, I think Za'Darius does. I mean, Tank could. I just don't know how the speed he's going to be, but he's also a home run threat. So, if he does get one carry or one screen pass or whatever it is, and he takes it 50, right, then he had an impact. I don't know how up to speed he is. So I'll just leave with Za'Darius. Absolutely, he'll have an impact. Maybe I'm higher on him than other people are, but I think he will, especially on this line. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. I got to agree. I got to agree on both of them, actually. I'll start with Za'Darius. Again, dude's a proven pass rusher, right? I think in general, obviously last week we lost our best defensive player before the game even started. So I think everybody, assuming that Jalen Carter doesn't do anything dumb again prior to the first snap of the game, I think all of our pass rush will have a better opportunity, to make an impact. Because you just made it so much easier on Dallas because you didn't have to double team the guy, right? So you're not getting the favorable one-on-ones that everybody was used to last year, right? But you have to account for those guys, and like again, Za'Darius has been really, really good, pretty much his entire career, right? So I'm excited to see him out there. It absolutely helps your depth out, and you get a veteran in here who can, if not step in day one and be the guy that he's been over the last few years, if not try to help out these younger guys, right? Maybe take some pressure off of them because they got a guy that's proven it before. And why I think Tank can be, have an impact is when they announced that they got him, they said running back and kick returner, right? So obviously we didn't see a whole lot of it because the Eagles' special team was actually pretty good this past weekend covering up. I forget the Dallas guy's name, but again, he's really, really good back there.
Turpin.
Yeah, Turpin. Turpin's really good. And he didn't really do a whole lot. So, but the more you saw over the weekend, you saw a ton of big returns with the new change in format. So, not that I dislike any of the guys that we had back there, but with Tank being that home run threat, him fielding kick returns and punts and whatever he's going to do, I could absolutely see him breaking one. So, getting these two new guys in there to help us out. Obviously, we're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFL currently. But you get a couple guys in here that can bring you some reinforcements. Absolutely think they can have a pretty big impact, especially on a banged up Kansas City team.
I'm going to agree on both fronts here. And any great football team is able to continue to add important depth. And, injuries are going to happen in this league. I mean, hell, you already had our fullback who I believe is out for the year, correct?
Yeah.
We're getting banged up early here on the injury front. You have Landon Dickerson, so on, who probably won't play. Goddard probably won't play. So with all that said, it'll be nice to have some reinforcements that'll come in and have a positive impact. As for this game against the Chiefs, I think they will. I'll go out on a limb. I think Bigsby, Bigsby breaks one. Why not? Give me a 40-yarder to the house.
It wouldn't be a Wednesday night if Noah's
if I didn't
Noah's
go
not
out
going
on
off the board.
40-yarder to the house. Let's go. Let's do this. And we need it. We need another pass rusher. And I think Smith definitely provides that. And I think it's going to be I think it'll be a nice. I think around 7:30, 7:45 here in Philadelphia. We're going to be pretty fucking happy on Sunday night.
Love it.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
I
Luke.
agree.
Take it away.
I agree. I think that every year we've had major success. Howie's made a move, maybe not this late, maybe like towards the deadline is the latest he's gone, but late in the summer, preseason, I'll consider this one of those kinds of moves since we're only 1 week in. I think out of all the moves he's made, yes, he brought back Fred Johnson, he's gotten rid of some guys, and the Kenyon Green move, like all those moves I thought were questionable. This is that potential to be that level of depth for the team. Like that was CJ Gardner-Johnson the first time we made the Super Bowl, and that trade coming so late in the summer. And then the time before that when we won the Super Bowl, getting Chris Long, LeGarrette Blount, like those moves what pushed you over. I agree with what you guys are saying with Tank. I don't think he's going to get the carries maybe this week, but it's clear as day that he is better than A.J. Dillon. I don't even think that's particularly close. And I thought that Shipley went in, played great for his role, kind of reminded me of a little Kenny Gainwell. Mm-hmm. And I still think Tank is better than Will Shipley. No disrespect to Will Shipley. Tank's a beast. Call it like it is. He's a good football player. He was great in college for a long time next to Bo Nix. That conversation for another day. And now he's in the league. Say what you want about Jacksonville. The only thing that they've done right in the last 5 years, say what you want about Trevor Lawrence, running backs. And he's playing with a 3-down running back. Now, I'm not saying he's going to play ahead of Saquon Barkley, but what I am saying is that he's a damn good player, and I'll take that all day.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And there's always a reason why some of these guys like Tank Davis and like some other guys are fantasy gems, right? Like fantasy doesn't really impact the game itself, right? But what they do in sometimes these short, limited carries and different things like that allows them to be, highly sought after and stuff like that. I also agree to the poll. I think you guys are all spot on with what you said. Tank from the special teams aspect. I'm Noah, we love you. I don't think he's breaking one, but can he get you a 30-yard run, right? Can he get you to 40-yard line, to midfield on a kickoff return, stuff like that? And then, Za'Darius, I think, as you mentioned, Tom, especially being as veteran as he is, some of the easiest things to do from a veteran pass rusher on a new team is just go get the quarterback, right? With a DN, that's all you go get the quarterback. You don't need to know about stunts yet, right? You don't need to know about, all this. Third down, go get the quarterback. And I think early on that's going to be his role. I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I mean, like with Tank, I agree with a lot what Luke said. He is a beast. And he's a home run hitter type, in my opinion. And he's a guy who's elusive and just another great weapon. And I think when you build out offenses, the more weapons that you can acquire and put out there, the more you're just creating nightmares for defensive coordinators.
Yeah.
And especially a team that led the league in rushing, that's their identity. We've talked about this ad nauseum, and it's not a negative. People think when your identity is something that's not fucking glitz and glamour, that it's a negative. That's what people automatically assume, right? This is a positive because the glitz and glamour come on Broad Street. The glitz and glamour come with a ring that's bigger than my forehead. That's what the glitz and glamour happen. That's the glitz and glamour, right? But we talked about it last year. You can be explosive, all right, and average 30 a game and run the football a ton. Like you can, the way they're built. Yeah. Other teams are like that. The only other team that's like that is the Baltimore Ravens. There's one other team that is built like the Philadelphia Eagles in terms of power running and the ability because of the quarterback. That's the game changer. Now, McCarthy got great legs, right? They find a running back, and if they use more of an RPO system, they would help him in Minnesota, right? They waited to the end of the game to really start using it, but that's an RPO quarterback. Jalen Hurts an RPO guy, essentially, right? It's always show belly, go off in the belly, right? That's what 90% of their plays should be like that, because now linebackers freeze, everybody, and when you got a guy like Saquon or Derrick Henry, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. You either got to come up and play the run or, all right, I hope he doesn't hand it off here.
Yeah, or you're toast.
Yeah,
because our line's so good. Same with Baltimore. So that's where I'm at with it. Like, that's a great signing. That is a great trade. Sorry, that's a great trade at this time of the year. Go evaluate it. Go analyze it and say, hey, ETN's a 3-down back here. They like him a lot. He had a big week. Probably a great time to make a phone call. There's no better time to make a phone call when the guy they drafted that had big weeks has a big week because they're a dumb organization. So they'll trade his backup, not thinking that ETN gets hurt every year. Great job, Howie. Fantastic job. Because you just bent somebody else over. And then the Lions.
And he's on the team next year.
Yep. And the Lions are complete morons. The Lions are complete morons. Okay. Yeah. You got Aiden Hutchinson off literally his kneecap was in the second row. All right. Like it's gruesome what happened to the kid. And I think he's awesome. Right. But gruesome. You can't expect him to be the same damn guy year one off the injury. And I'm modern medicine Tommy, but you can't expect him to be the same guy. Now, maybe week 9, week 10, he starts to tick up to it. But for $9 million or $11 million, how do you let essentially a double-digit sack guy out your building when you just watched the team win the Super Bowl, beat you up front? So sometimes you can rip the awards of morons. And again, not telling we got LT. We didn't get Barry Sanders here. So let's just keep it in perspective. Well, we got a playmaker and we got a guy who can go get the quarterback.
Hey, I only said a 40-yard run, not an 80-yard run.
Seriously. He's a great change of pace back, right? It's a great change of pace back. Like he's that guy, like you said, he can hit that home run. But now you don't need to give the football to Saquon 25 times a game.
Exactly.
Realistically, like yeah, he ran for 2,000 yards last year. You can't expect him to do that again, right? And obviously, you still want to run the football just as much because again, you have the best offensive line in football. But if you mix Tank in for 10 runs a game, you take some of that stress off for Saquon, and then he can just pound the dude in the playoffs. Even better. Now, I think that this is a long-term move. Like obviously, we're talking about it, making an impact to this week. I think this is absolutely a long-term move where you have a guy who realistically was playing just as good as ETN last year, right? Some people were calling for them to just make him the starter. Yeah, just people were calling for them to make him the starter, And realistically, you get a dog to come and help you out, and again, just make you better.
Dog.
Exactly.
Not only that, he gets to run behind a much better offensive line here in Philadelphia. So,
yep,
I think I think it's a great move.
What Ryan said, this is about November football.
Not even November. This is about January football.
Well, let me go down the timeline here. Right, this is about November, December, and January football, and you hope to play in February too. But the running game really is my point. Starts when the weather really breaks. That's when you differentiate who are the tough mother, what's, and who are the little bit the kitty cats. That's when you decide it. And when we can maul guys like we do, and you can limit him early in the season by 12 touches, 14 touches, where November, December, January come, you can start 20, 25, and you build them up. It's like a pitcher, right? And you hope by limiting hits early on that you keep his longevity. So you got a power back in AJ Dillon, who I thought ran well too on Thursday. So and then you bring another guy that can pound it like Saquon, but he's got the ability to make guys miss and get a big play or two. So let's go, guys. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Hey,
yeah, I thought the rotation on Thursday was really good. I thought the few plays that Shipley was in there before he gets hurt. Will Shipley might be the offensive version of Sidney Brown, right? Like he just can't stay healthy. He's always getting bagged up with something when he gets extended playing time. Because I thought he ran really well on that series that they gave him in the first quarter. And then Dillon had a couple good runs, and now obviously Shipley's out, so you're adding Tank to that. And I love that. Love that rotation now and what that could be, as you guys mentioned, down the line next month. January, potentially February. It's going to be a dynamic rotation.
Well, I would love to see more. And this is another thing. Like Saquon has a little bit of the yippee sometimes when it comes to catching the football out of the backfield. Never really been like a pure strength of his, but it's also not like something he can't do, right? So you keep it in very perspective. I think he had 80 catches one year, so it's not something he can't do. But he's known, in my opinion, he's known for a drop here and there on a catch. You'd be like, how'd you drop that, right? He's so athletic, but like when he's out running a route, he looks so unathletic. It's funny. It's really a weird thing if you really pay attention to it. But I think this allows you to get your running back more involved in the passing game. And that allows you, it just gives you a different look to do it, right? It just gives you a different look where when Saquon's back there, it's all eyes, right? All eyes on 2-6. Even out of the backfield, it has to be all eyes on 2-6, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. When a guy goes for 2K, you sort of get eyeballs on you even more. So I think when you can change a pace it, like you guys are saying, and the change of pace can be like, how do you get a quarterback going quicker? Well, tight end running game, but then the running back out of the backfield too, like quick, easy passes. And like for guys who have the ability to break tackles. And again, people are going to come at me. I'm not saying the guy, I'm waiting for it. I'm not saying the guy can't catch the ball out of the backfield. I'm saying he's known for a drop here and there. That's all. And
he had one the other night. He had one in the Falcons game last year. Yeah,
I mean, lost the Falcons game because he dropped the pass last year.
Stunned.
Oh my God! People wanted him gone after that. People wanted him gone. Guy's a loser. He can't catch the ball. Miles Sanders would have caught that ball.
Oh my God! And then he would have put it back on the ground. He would have caught it, ran, and put it back on the ground.
Good old Miles gave us a nice gift.
He did.
Oh yes, he did. We are.
Well, hey, I think it's really encouraging on a night where you only got one catch from A.J. Brown. Hell, he was only targeted once. Yet, for most of the game, well, at least in the first half, you were able to consistently move the football, put 21 points on the board. And while we weren't perfect, and I'm sure the lightning delay certainly didn't help our offense there, we kind of lost a rhythm. But to come out and find a way on opening night to beat your division rival to open the season, I think was pretty impressive on a night where A.J. Brown got exactly one catch. So it just shows that we have many other ways that we can attack an opponent.
Yeah,
It's the quarterback.
Yeah.
It's the quarterback.
How many big runs did Jalen have in that first quarter, right? The first couple drives, right? Just to keep things moving. Like I think at least like 4 or 5 times, like on third and medium or long, he ran for the first down, right? Or like ran for a touchdown. Like he had 2 touchdown runs outside of 8+ yards.
Yeah, 2 actual scrambles.
Like actual touchdown runs, not tush push that people are all freaking out about all the offseason, right? Like, he won you the game, and people are going to look at the box score and be like, oh, he only threw for 150 yards, maybe, not even. Like, oh, he's not the reason they won. He's absolutely the reason they won the football game. It's not even close.
All right.
Easy.
Only 38.50 to go, and he's getting to 4K.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that
this whole week, honestly, like the last decade plus, I've hated, and we've all hated the Chiefs and the Patriots and just how much they win. And, you watch a game and they play like crap and you say, how the hell did they win that game? And then on the flip side, on the off season, off the field, they trade for guys and they sign for guys where you watch them on Sundays on dog shit teams and you're like, well, he's a damn good player. And somehow he ends up on the Chiefs. Somehow he ends up on the Patriots. Yep. And the last week, it's really felt that way about us. I felt like we walk out of that game. Yep. Your quarterback just finds a way to win the game, does whatever he can to win the game. Was it pretty? Absolutely not. Defense looked horrible in the first half. The offense couldn't move the ball in the second half. Who wins it? Your quarterback. Sounds familiar to me. Then we're making trades for guys who we didn't even know were available. I mean, I did not know that Za'Darius Smith was a free agent. That is crazy to me.
Yeah,
we signed him. Yep. Yeah. And then every team in the NFL is saying, how the hell did the Eagles get Za'Darius Smith as a free agent after the first week of the regular season? What the hell is going on? And then you trade for a guy like Tank Bigsby, which he's not setting the world on fire, but he's a damn good player who I'm sure all the other teams are thinking maybe we should have made that call because he's making like a $1.5 million cap hit for the next 2 seasons on your team. Yeah. Whether you're starting on your team or not, that's a pretty damn good contract. So, yeah, it's felt pretty good the last week.
I don't understand how NFL GMs still answer the phone when Howie calls them. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It was funny, too, that after this.
Well, I think from the Jags' perspective, that wasn't a bad trade. Like, most of the trades Howie makes, I'm like, what is this guy? What is he on another planet? This guy felt like it made some sense to sell on him a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, because I know they're high on that Tootin kid.
Yeah, right. And they have another guy behind him, too. Yeah.
I know they're high on him. But it's funny, draft day was on this morning or early afternoon. So I was watching draft day. And ironically, it's the Jags, right, that are involved in that. In some of this Sonny Weaver Jr. Wheeling and dealing. But no, I agree. I thought the first half, the offense looked really, really good. And that was despite getting Devontae and AJ involved in that, right? I thought going into it, as the game was unfolding, it was who's going to get the first stop, right? Who's going to get the first stop on defense? That's the way it looked because both offenses were just moving up and down the field. And then the Eagles defense did what they've done the last year and a half, make adjustments at halftime and come out and just absolutely shut people down. And if Q catches that ball, no one's talking about the CD drops because they don't even happen. And that ball hit Q right in the hand. So,
can we talk about that? I mean, they were saying all off season. They were saying all off season that now they could joke about it because he's got the worst hands in the league, and playfully that they weren't actually saying that. But now it's like, holy shit! Like, that was your rookie year, but I mean, that's the game right in your 100%. Hands.
Yep.
And we don't have to. Don't have to live on tiptoes as CD's running wide open and then just drop.
Yeah,
the ball.
like
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
come on
insane.
here to shit on Q. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
at a certain point,
That's damn ball.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why that's
Slightly
why he's a
underrated.
D-back and not a receiver. I mean,
Oh, yeah, for sure. Slightly unrelated. I saw like a TikTok or like a reel or something on how CeeDee Lamb's talent was stolen and given to Johnson of the Chargers.
Oh my god, like the
Quentin Johnson of the
Monstars.
Chargers. Yeah, Monstars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he stunk for his first 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was terrible. And then he
Terrible.
went off.
He was
He went
Jalen
off down in Bristol. He went
He
out.
was Jalen
down in
Rager.
Brazil.
Probably just need to get out of the country for a minute.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, just Chargers.
No, I mean,
Our
I mean,
balls
he
like
might
that.
still stay.
I'm playing in
He does
Brazil
still
every week.
Luke, you
Yeah,
made a great
yeah.
point, Luke. About you always saw in the Patriots years and you see in the Chiefs years, will just get guys, right? Maybe at the end of their career, but still have something left in the tank and want to win. And we saw it a little bit when it was Sue and we got Joseph, right? Where you got those two guys that were sitting around, they're veterans,
Yep.
they want to try to win. And I think you're seeing it more since we won too. And what this kind of culture attracts, right, in free agency is the same type of culture they have in house. Like that's what they're essentially attracting. They're attracting guys who just want to win, right? Za'Darius Smith is here. Can he probably get another deal at some point? I'm sure he can if he goes out a good year, right? I'm sure he will get a little 2-year, 3-year deal. So part of it's banking on himself that he can get another deal out of playing here because of the success we have. Like common sense, you go to a Super Bowl and win it again, he probably gets a 2-year deal somewhere. So there's that part of it, but there's also the part of winning. And I think it's awesome to say that we're the class of the National Football League. Like
It feels so good.
we are the gold standard of the National Football League right now in terms of building rosters, in terms of cap strategies, in terms of the draft room, which I can't believe I'm saying, in terms of everything they do from top to bottom is mwah. And that doesn't mean that we can't come out and get our dicks kicked in Sunday. That doesn't mean that everything's kumbaya all the time. But man, it's nice to acquire guys week 2 of the year that can be impactful players. Back to the poll question, throughout the rest of the year. Forget this week. These guys will be impactful guys to this roster. You lose a Brandon Graham to old age and retirement.
Yep.
Pretty nice when I can get the same type of player, because that's what I went and just did. I went and got the same type of player. Good against the run. Yeah, good against the run. He's physical and can get after the quarterback. And the same type of pass rusher. He's the same type of pass rusher where bull rush, but he's got some quickness too. So he's literally Brandon Graham, but like Luke said, he's better at this point of his career. Not overall career. I'm not going to do that right now. But at this point of being a 31 or 32, whatever he is, even if he's 33, he's younger. He's younger. I don't know exactly how old he is, but you 31. Guys, 31, exactly. That's what I thought. Good. I nailed shit for once. So, being 31, he's got more left in the tank. And I think that's so important. Now, is he going to be the vocal leader that you got from Brandon Graham? Maybe not. Right. And this is where I had the problem with Jalen Carter. And this is where Greg goes and pulls a clip that talks about me still dealing him. I mean, you're unfucking believable. Like maybe scan through the Jalen Carter clip. Maybe when it says Jalen Carter, we listen back to.
Well, it said the same thing that you got blown up for. I thought hearing it would let them, because you said consider. And it was all before, and everybody missed the context. Everybody missed the context.
Consider. Nobody wants to talk about what consider means. Consider means I'm like, call me, because I need him to be a leader of a young defense. Come on, guys. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm asking for my best player and the guy who's going to be my franchise defensive player and cornerstone. I need to be a leader. And I'm good with the spin. Like I'm over it. You know what I mean? I'm good. He's here. Let's go take out Kermit the Frog on Sunday. Okay. So he's my guy. Again, consider means I'm not trying to trade him. Maybe pull this clip. I don't want to trade him. The spit from the first angle bothered me from one of my leaders. There is no Darius Slay. There is no Brandon Graham. I don't know how I have to riddle this to people. There needs to be a natural growth in the leadership. Zach Bourne is obviously the defensive leader right now, but I need the guy that I'm probably going to give $500 effing $1 million to throughout the rest of his career. I need him to be one of my leaders. I can't have him doing stupid shit that hurts my football team. That's where all the guys who will just all the slobbers out there, the guys who will just blow them and lick them down, right? All you guys out there can't understand the common sense of sports. You can't comprehend it. You got tunnel vision. Oh, he wears green. Listen to me. If he's not on the field, he don't help you. If he does dumb shit on the field and gets 15-yard penalties, he doesn't help you. So don't come bitching and moaning if he misses another game for some reason or something else happens. I don't want to hear it. You need him to continue to mature. Holy shit. That's a problem? That I need one of my best players to continue to mature? But if you call me with 4 first-round picks and like a 2/3, I might answer the phone. Doesn't mean I'm doing the deal, but I might be like,
No, I mean,
I don't think he'll ever be a leader. I don't think he'll ever be a leader.
Maybe not.
He'll never be a leader.
Maybe not.
I agree with the premise of what you're saying is spot on. I just don't think he'll ever be a leader. I think that's where
if you're getting 12 sacks a year and everybody else is eating off of you,
you don't have to be a leader.
Yeah, you don't. You can just be my on the field leader, but you can't do stupid shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't cost the football team, and that's what he damn near did on Thursday night.
Dude, Dak knew exactly. I mean, let's give Dak a little credit. That loser. Loser. Let's give him a little credit for a couple things.
He's smiling. He knew.
He baited him into that shit. That's a bait 101. That this guy's so fiery, which we need, right? Like, so it's like, how can you control your energy and use it for the right reasons? Like, if I thought he spit on me, would I go get in his face a little bit? Sure. Am I salivating back? No. But the first play he drops back, I'll be on his shit. And that's how you get a guy back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But him not playing, like Noah said, almost cost us a football game.
Yeah.
We had zero sacks.
In that first half, guys, we couldn't stop them or get any pressure on Dak. I mean, to be honest with you, fellas, as much as I hate the Dallas Cowboys, if it wasn't for the lightning delay, I don't know if we win that game. I mean, with the lightning delay, it allowed our defense to get critical rest. Now, granted, on the offensive side, we also lost our rhythm, but we were able to get rest that we badly needed because I don't think you were stopping CeeDee Lamb in that second half. I don't think you were going to be able to pressure Dak Prescott. And, of course, the Miles Sanders fumble helped us, obviously. That was the turning point in the football game. But if it wasn't for that lightning delay, I don't know, fellas. I don't think it would have been the ending we were looking for. So
I completely disagree with you.
I disagree.
You're so wrong now. Like somehow you managed to be so wrong by just saying like the lightning delay didn't matter. This is where I'm going to riddle you. You're smarter than that. You're better than that. What just happened before? No. What just happened before the lightning delay, babe? What happened before the lightning delay? Having too many cocktails late at night, and you don't even know what's going on. It's like you're sitting in the 700 level again. Okay, this is where you're at. You don't even know what's going on.
Porch.
That was when the fumble happened. No, they were about to score. We recovered a fumble. All the momentum of that football game just changed, and then we're going on a delay. So I actually disagree with you. I think it hurt us.
Yep.
Because if we go put up 7 there, who knows how that game goes?
For sure.
Well, it hurt us offensively. I don't know. I think it helped us defensively.
Right. I was going to say, they wouldn't be able to stop us. They wouldn't be able to stop us. It'd be the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because up until that point, you were moving the ball pretty well offensively. And then you go, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out after that? Right. After that?
I think they punt before that? Didn't Dallas get the ball? Or who got the second half kickoff? Didn't Dallas get it?
No.
We got it. We punted, right?
And we had to punt it.
All right, so so we punt before that, but you have one possession come out.
Right, most part, yeah.
Then all right, you force the turnover again early to mid third quarter, whenever that was, right? And then you get the ball back. The massive momentum shift. You got the ball, you're on the other way. They have to go sit down for 45 minutes. I absolutely think it killed the offense for sure. And then obviously,
yeah, but I don't know.
you know,
I agree with you there, but I think it helped our defense tremendously.
well, yeah, for sure. But like
I mean, our defense was gassed.
Yeah. Going back to the Jalen Carter thing, Vic Fangio said in his press conference yesterday that like your actions speak louder than words, and you have to be able to show that you're a leader more than just whatever you're saying. Because obviously Carter like apologized, right? But like, yeah, like do I want him to be a leader? His answer was you have to show that you want to be a leader. So realistically, like he wants to see the same thing out of him. So,
well, I think that's what everybody wants to see out of him to a point, right? Like I'm not, you don't got to be, the main guy, but you should be one of the guys that, of what the culture is here.
Yeah.
You just can't be out of your mind. That's all. You can't be going rogue and doing crazy shit. That's all it comes down to. Yeah. You don't got to be the perfect guy that everybody loves. Because if you're going out there and you're an all-pro every year, nobody gives a shit. Because they know the guy next to me is going to ball, right? But if you become $100 million man, whatever that money is, right? Okay. If you become that kind of guy, I've always said this.
Maturity needs to come with it.
It has to, dude, because now other guys that are younger see this guy as again hypotheticals here. This guy is a lunatic, right? And he got his money. Well, we can do whatever we want. You know what I mean? And that's where you start to get a bad culture. Maybe, right? Like maybe you could some bad culture could sneak itself in. I don't know. I mean, again, this is all hypotheticals and all this, but when you perform on Sundays, guys are good with a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
And he's good with one of those a year, right? It's not usually suspension or kick out of a game, but he's good for, a knock to the head, and 15-yard penalty, late hit. He's good for maybe once a month, right? It happens.
And listen, that's okay because that's just playing the game fast and physical.
Right? Yeah, 100%. And all things coming out, it seems like the culture inside there nipped that in the butt right away.
Oh, they did.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and I see Greg Miller, and and maybe that definitely will help. But talk about Za'Darius coming in to kind of almost mentor Jalen, and it could. But I think there's already enough guys in there, and I think they nipped that in the butt. So yeah, I mean it's crazy, but
I don't know if you guys
you can't lose. You can't get kicked out, right? Like you can tightrope that line, right? You can go up to that line, but it's when you get kicked out is where obviously everybody loses their mind.
Yeah, you can't be like quickly. We have the Super Bowl MVP. And he's a well-documented leader.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of things go out the window when you have that, in terms of not being able to handle that, not handle that in the house. Like when you have that kind of leader on your football team, and like Luke said, more reports that he's more, last week he said that he's talking to more people. I think it was Luke that said it, and more open.
Yeah,
and just just letting people in. Hey, come on in. Doors open. Hey, stop in. You want a cup of coffee in the Edmonds cake's out, right? He's like, come on in. The door's wide open. So I think when you have that now and the growth of him, it allows him to go up and have a conversation with him. He's a Super Bowl fucking MVP. You know what I mean? Like, hell, I'm the franchise quarterback. So he's not going to go up to him and be an animal to him, but he's going to go up to him and guide him. So when you have those kinds of things in the outside, I'm not trying to overrate Jalen, but I don't think that's overrating. This is what Jalen.
Not at all.
This is what Jalen.
No one talks about that enough. No one understands because he does such a good job at quieting it. We are the loudest, sometimes most obnoxious organization in this sport, but it never matters because he always settles us down. Our coach is screaming at fans. He's a nutbag. I love him. He's out of his mind. Our GM walks around like he's the best GM in the league. He is, but he walks around like he ain't shy about it. Our security guard on the sidelines is a celebrity. We got our defensive tackles spitting on people. A.J. Brown always wants the ball as he should. You got a superstar running back behind you who's on GQ magazine and all these others. Jalen is the guy who at the end of the game this is going on, this is happening, he's getting ejected, this guy wants the ball. Don't matter. I got us. We're good. And that's what I'm talking about with the Chiefs Patriots thing. It's him. He's the formula. He's the guy. Because all these other teams, like Justin Herbert, for example, he's got to sling it all over the field. He's got to feed everybody, make everyone happy. Jalen makes everyone happy by just delivering a dub all day. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, we've been waiting for an athlete. Right? We've been waiting for an athlete like this. Forget the Eagles. In any of the sports teams in Philly, they've never had one. They've never had one. I don't want to say never, but in my livelihood, they've never had one.
Well, Luke, you can count on one hand the championship that like Tommy and I have lived through, and you guys too, right? Like,
yeah.
So we haven't had that guy in town. You know what I mean? Like, we've had some good teams that obviously got over the hump, but we haven't had a Patriots run, a Chiefs run, from any of the teams.
We had a different type of run, right? We had we had the NFC title run.
Yeah,
we had just a tip run.
Games,
yeah, like we were obviously really good for a while, right? And we're one of the best teams in the NFL through those years.
Yeah,
we just couldn't get it done though. But go ahead, sorry. Yeah,
no, that's it. Yeah.
We didn't have. What's the right wording? We didn't have forget the franchise quarterback because that's what a lot of these guys are. We didn't have the franchise changer at quarterback.
Yeah.
That it's not about the book tour. It's not about me. It's about one word, win. And that's hard to come by. And it doesn't always work. And it doesn't mean you're always the last one standing. It doesn't always work that way. But what it does work too is if you got guys healthy, you're 11, 12, 13 wins every year, and you have an opportunity. I'm telling you, we talked about this for weeks. For what? This is the start last year. We said it right after Super Bowl. This is the start of something special. We are in what Luke talked about love a Patriots run. That'd be delicious, right? So we're in a dynasty run, whatever that is. If that's a 3-year, 5-year window, I don't know, right? We'll see. Modern medicine, right? But we'll see what that is. But we're in it. We're fucking in it, and I love it. I love every minute of it, and tell people how good we are. Make sure we're constantly talking it. We're constantly talking it, and we're keeping this in existence. Because as long as this guy is our quarterback, we're always in the conversation. And should eventually win MVP? I don't know. You should have given it to the whole defense. But he's in the running of it. All he does
you could argue he was the first one, so this is just payback.
Yeah, it's payback. But whenever you need a play, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, it doesn't have to be this. Everybody wants this. Everybody, 350 yards. Like that's awesome too. But whenever you need the play, he makes the play. Game might get close again. He'll make the play every time. I think every time.
I think my favorite thing about Jalen is how petty he can be sometimes. Right? Because I remember, they were like last year after they made this
petty Jalen,
yeah. Last year after they made the switch to just run the ball all the time, right? And then I forget who they were playing, but he threw for 300 plus yards and 3
I was
touchdowns.
Just about to say that. It was the Steelers game. That was my favorite moment of the season.
You guys like that? Okay, all right, that's what I thought. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Perfect. I love that shit. Give me that shit all day long, dude. Again, same type of shit. I grew up watching Donovan McNabb. Okay, I'm young, right? I was young during the NFC Championship runs. I watched the Super Bowl again when what was I? I was 8, I think, 8, 9 years old, watching that Super Bowl in 2005. The first ever Eagles game I went to was the game he tore his ACL against the Titans in 2006, whatever that was. So
was it ACL or was it Arizona?
I forget. I think it was the Titans. He got hurt.
Well, he got hurt against the Titans in 2006.
Yeah.
And that led to Jeff Garcia coming in and leading us to the NFC East crown.
That was the first Eagles game I ever went to in person, right? So that's the type of shit that I grew up with. And having a quarterback, I I thought the quarterback that we're going to have was going to be Carson. Obviously, he did really well for a couple years, and obviously he did really well there. And then you get this guy. Just thinking back, you drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round. Why did we do that? And now this dude's just an absolute badass.
Well, we were asking why because we had so many needs at the time.
Well, again,
think about it the other way, though. No one talks about, everyone says, why we did it. Think about the odds of getting drafted to a team. You know you're going to be the backup. Then the next season, yes, the quarterback's gone, but the head coach who drafted you, he's gone too.
Yeah.
In today's NFL, what are the odds with a new coaching staff coming in and the new quarterback is out and you have all that, dead money and the organization just looks absolutely cooked and no one has any allegiance to you besides the GM? Could you just imagine the odds that are stacked against you to really turn out in that, here. Maybe he goes somewhere else and has success, who knows? But here, think about that. That is crazy. That's what I mean when he did it. They drafted Devontae Smith. He was kind of the next piece of the puzzle, but he was the guy that started this whole thing. And Nick too, sure.
Yeah, and then you go, obviously he's been doing it since he was in high school pretty much, but dude's had a different offensive coordinator his entire adult life. He's had a brand new offensive coordinator every year.
Each season.
Absolutely insane. Every year. Since he was at Alabama. Every single year he's had a new offensive coordinator. It doesn't matter. Yep. Dude just goes out there and wins football games. It's insane. Love it. The dude is the system. There's no system. He is the system. Love it.
It's this. This is the game changer. The ability – and Lamar needs to do more of it at times. The ability to break down a defense and crush them on a 3rd and 8 with your legs is demoralizing. When you feel like you have somebody, it's demoralizing. But it's weird. There's no one thing that you can identify late in games or winning plays that stand out to you oh, he does it all with his legs. Or he does it all with his arms. You get what I'm saying? It's a mixture. It's not like one thing, but it's just winning football. It's hard to elaborate on, right? Because it's hard to see. I don't know if that makes sense. It's hard to see it, but I don't know.
Well, because it's the unknown, right? It's the unguardable. It's what makes what we saw with Jalen in week one, the scramble, as you talked about, right? The scramble ability. He's never really done that until this point. Obviously, he was elusive, but most of his stuff was designed runs for the most part. So he's very rarely done the Josh Allens, the Lamar Jacksons, where you're dropping back into a pass set and then you take off. I think is that elusiveness and that unknown of what you're going to do is a complete game changer if that stays throughout the season for him.
You want to be goddamn Troy Aikman and Joe Montana, or do you want to be Dan Marino? This isn't hard, right? When you go look at number differentials, the numbers on birthday, the numbers for Dan it get guys rock hard, right? The numbers for Dan, especially back then.
Still does.
Right, still does.
For some guys.
But my point is that's a long, long time ago when it wasn't a passing leg. So Dan changed it a lot. But Montana's stats, it's not like he's thrown for 4,500 yards or 4,000 yards every year. It was a West Coast offense, get rid of the ball quick, and look at all the talent around him. You know what I mean? Same thing with Troy. When you talk about Troy Aikman gets spinning around the yard. You know what I mean? But look what he was surrounded with. We all act but those guys were just winners. Those guys were winners, right? Aikman was a winner. Joe was a winner. Sometimes it doesn't have to be the glitz and the glamour of 4,000 passing yards, 35 TDs in the air. It doesn't have to always look like that. Yeah. Right? It's hard to explain because we're so used to it having to look a certain type of way. We expect winning to look a certain type of way. We expect our quarterback to look a certain type of way. And if it doesn't and we're winning, we're confused. We don't know what that means because we're used to the likes of growing up of Cool Joe Montana, Troy Aikman. And then we can go more into the 2000s with, name them, right? That could spin it around the yard, right? Tom Brady, right? Have guys who were pocket guys, Peyton Manning, that could sit in the pocket and deliver, and that's what we were used to seeing. And that was winning football to us. And then 1995 called, and they said, if you motherfuckers go pound the football and be elite there and play great defense, you can change it. You can change it. Look at the draft. Look at this draft. Look at the line picks. It felt like it was more than ever.
And running backs.
Sides, and running backs on both sides of the football. They're look at it like D tackle. Like, it becomes a copycat. More running backs go wrong. Look at that, run for 2,000. See, like no short shelf life. Well, that guy's a specimen. That's why he doesn't have a short shelf life. And the guy you pick in the third round will. I don't know. It's just exciting.
Yeah,
It is fun. It's a lot of fun.
Love it.
It's a lot of fun being up top.
It's nice to know when you go into a game every Sunday that there's a pretty damn good chance you're going to win it. And it's nice to know when you go into a season that most likely you're going to the playoffs, and most years you're contending for a championship. And that's what this organization has created over the last 25 years.
And back to Tommy's point, right? Like we've lived through that before, right? We know how much fun that is, except that couldn't get over the hump.
Right.
This one is proved to get over the hump.
Yep.
So now it takes, because as I always said, I'm not the biggest Andy Reid fan, right? But if you tell me I can have that run every year, I'm going back to Andy Reid.
Sign me up.
We're bringing him back. You know what I mean? Like if you, and that's what we have here now. That's what we have here now.
Yeah.
With the proven product in front of us that they've gotten over. Now, it's not going to be every year, right? They're not going to get over that hump every year. Love it, but that's the era we're living in now, and so that means it's like 10 times more fun than what it was back then.
Well, if you draw a parallel, the funny part is,
hold on. Hold your thought. He's got to go take the jab, like at that. The Godfather. In my opinion, the guy who changed our organization for the better. He was a key part. Of a bitch you hate the son of a bitch. Who changed the culture of organization.
Yeah.
He really did. Like, if you don't get a great coach with your second hire after Ray Rhodes.
I don't disagree with that. I just didn't like him by the time it was over.
But everything runs its course.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you liked them 2 years in.
Because we didn't know any better.
Oh, you didn't know any better. Guy's a Hall of Fame coach, but we don't know any better. We didn't know any better. Like,
we didn't know anybody here, right? Like we didn't know anybody here. We were living through the shadow of, because we were really too young to realize Buddy Ryan, and then he never won, right? And then we were living through the Coates Height and Ray Rhodes eras. So we get him, and we're like, all right, we're starting to win some games. Here we go.
I went to 5 NFC title games in the Super Bowl.
And I was at every one of them. It was a great time.
But my point is like I would say, like you said, you would take the run all the time.
Great time until Grande Farmer was running down the fucking sideline.
Stop it. It's over. It's over. But it's done. It's dead. I get it, Craig, because like I think we all at the end know we're like, okay, that's enough, right?
Yeah,
it's enough because we're like 4-12 right the last year, and we're like, okay, that's enough. But twofold, like we need a change, and you need a change because like sometimes things get stagnant. This is what I talk about with some of the teams I coach. Sometimes we all need a change. I can't look at your faces anymore, right? So it's like I can't. I'm gonna get somebody else that will look at your face, right? It happens in sports. It happens. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you didn't have a good team, because that 4-12 team was better on paper than 4-12. But it didn't mean you have a bad team. It doesn't mean your coach isn't a great coach. It just means everybody needs a reset, organizationally in here. And I think the reset paid off for us, and it paid off for the Kansas City Chiefs too. Because if they don't have the QB whisper and Andy Reid, who knows how good Mahomes is?
Yeah.
Well, if they don't, then they just continue to go 10-6 or 10-7 or whatever, and continue to be mediocre. And the Chiefs fall short each year without Andy, most likely. Where Andy was able to, you draw a parallel here as to alluding to what Tommy was saying. It's no accident that, since 2000, yeah. Bill Nye, the fucking science guy.
You parallel,
yeah, right?
What's a parallel?
So,
parallel parking me, or
Can we spell parallel? I know I can't.
not happening.
I need autocorrect.
Not after 10 o'clock at night. That's for damn sure. But when both the Eagles and Andy obviously had a lot of success in here by and large in the early 2000s. And for the 14 years that he was here. All right. But then he goes out to Kansas City, gets over the hump, and then we get over the hump here. And I think it's no accident that you can put Howie Roseman and Andy Reid in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. As you were doing the YMCA.
Yeah. Get up and dance. Get up and dance, everybody. And grab me another beer while you're at it.
Go get yourself one. They're free. Go get yourself one.
Yeah.
And Greg, you're right. The Eagles have so many ways they can beat you, and we're going to talk about how they're going to beat the Chiefs on Sunday here in a minute. And Marcin, you're right. Like, Jalen is not a dynamic runner like Lamar, but he's an impactful runner in the sense of he produces at the time when the team needed it the most. And it's that like we're trying to like identify it, right? Because it's not Lamar, it's not electric, but it's effective all the time whenever he wants to do it. And he can make guys miss, and he can break a tackle, and he's strong as shit, and he's obviously got great vision running because that's what he was at Alabama. He was a run first guy. He was a gadget spinner essentially. And then he got to Oklahoma, got more of a pro-style offense in terms of throwing the football, right? And the rest is history in terms of the passing game. But watch what happens this week. We'll get into it right now.
Yeah,
the score prediction.
No, absolutely. Marcin out. Yeah, I wasn't comparing him to Lamar in running style. I was just saying, the drop back scramble portion.
Oh, what's up, big fella?
What up, Big Willie?
What's up, Brian?
Well, Wilson's lucky to be alive right now.
He sure is.
We'll let him tell you on Sunday himself, but he really is.
If he's there.
Yeah, he probably won't be there. So we'll tell you on Sunday for him since he can't make a show. It's unbelievable. It's always somewhere. I never met a guy so living like he's 22. He's always somewhere. He's like Luke's age. He's great. Brian Wilson just graduated college, everybody. He's 40. He's a man.
I'm a man.
All right. I'm going to make this real easy for everybody. This is a roll job at 425. And the only reason that would stop me from the roll job, the only reason that would stop me from an ass kicking on Sunday is the fact that they lost game one, right? They lost week one of their season. And now this is a must win for them. And it's their home opener. That's cute. That's cute to me. That's what that is. That's cute because this is the best football team this is the best team in the National Football League coming in, and it's to make a statement again. Because you can look at it bulletin board wise and saying, "Yo, we're 1-1 versus them. We're 1-1. Let's go show them last year ain't a fluke." So motivation's easy. You know what I mean? I look for those things. Motivation inside that locker room is easy for this one. There's a certain guy. I'll just get it out of the way right now. There's a certain guy who got one pass last week. That guy goes for $140 and 10 catches. Okay? Ebb and flow of football. Ebb and flow of pimps. That's how that goes. The ebb and flow of a pimp. There ain't no way. It ain't no one catch. Wherever the over is, take the damn over and it's get the ball. And it's going to be you like that after the game. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be like, hey, did I give him the ball enough? Right? Like you guys said, right? He's always looking for things. He's petty. Did I get him enough? Did you guys all see that? We good? He got 10. AJ's happy. And I think the extra couple of days will help AJ. Obviously, they help Landon Dickerson. So AJ Brown is my offensive player of the game. We'll just get that out of the way. Okay. Score prediction.
By the way, Chris, Xavier Worthy is not playing this Sunday.
28-14.
Wow.
And the reason I say under 30, I can't tell you. There's a reason I had to remember from
Because-
last year, and I remembered it.
Because we know the NFL is going to make a call.
I don't they ain't gonna make a call here because they want us to be great.
Well, no, you're going to make a call to keep it close.
Make a call. Well, okay, yeah. I mean, I just don't know where they're getting their offense from.
I agree.
So I just don't know.
It's probably not going to be a good segment. Because I think we're probably all on the same page.
Listen. I just think we beat them up again. Now, again, I do. I think their defense is meh. I thought that last year. I still think it's meh. It's meh. And it's okay. You got a couple guys I like, but most of it's meh to me. The offense is meh. You got arguably the best quarterback in the league, right? I ain't gonna take that away from him yet. Make sense? I'll be fair there. You got the best quarterback in the league right now because of his resume too, and he's a pimp. And you have nothing around him offensively. You have nothing around him. This is like back. Yeah. We talk about Greg not liking Andy. This is like Philly again, except Mahomes is better than Donovan, right? But if you went and got him a guy in his prime, you know, he would have monster years. So I don't know how the Chiefs are going to do it this year. This could be the year they take that step back, and then sort of reboot themselves a little bit. But I don't know how they beat us. Again, same thing as Dallas. I don't know how you beat us without us turning the football over or whatever. But Dallas is different because I always know Dak plays well against us. I think I even said that he plays well against us. So, but Mahomes, who you getting the ball to? Can your defense hold up against, like, how are they going to attack us? Are they going to try to attack us like they did last year? Or are they going to do a switcheroo and then we run it down our throats? So, I don't know. But, yeah, 28-14, A.J. Brown, offensive player of the game.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like, again, I think the Eagles they're the better team. You know, obviously we saw what happened back in February. It was an absolute blowout. Defense has some things that they need to clean up. The only thing that, you know, I guess worries me is Adoree Jackson played like, you know, I might have been able to play better this past weekend, you know, get Dallas out there. He did not look very good out there on the outside.
Hips don't lie.
Yeah. He did not look very good out there. So he's got to be better. He is starting again this week. Luckily, Chiefs are missing their number 1 and number 2 wide receivers. Hollywood Brown, you know, we'll see what he can do. Travis Kelce, again, we'll see. Their running game's okay. You know, the only, obviously they have the X factor in Patrick Mahomes because somehow he's going to find a way to make this game close. I don't know how. And, you know, I could see the Eagles, you know, maybe sputtering again because, again, it's, you know, week 2. I do like that you have the extra rest time. You got 10 days before this game. It does kind of suck. The Kansas City also has extra rest, so they played on Friday, but they had to fly back from Brazil. But yeah, I mean, if the Eagles can get any sort of pass rush this week, because that was really their biggest problem last week, or they really couldn't get any pass rush. That's why they dominated the Super Bowl, realistically. So I think we bounce back to some extent. The defense plays a little bit better. Mahomes is going to find a way to put up some points. I think the Birds win 27-17. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Devontae. Devontae's gonna have a good game this week, and you know, I think they find ways. You know, he does really well in getting some separation, especially on like quick stop and go routes, and obviously he can beat you over the top. Defensively, Jahad Campbell played absolutely amazing last week.
He's good.
That dude is awesome. He had 2 really good pass breakups. So I think him covering Kelce is really going to take away their number 1 option. So I think Jahad Campbell's going to be our best player on the field this weekend.
Yeah, I always think it's between him and, you know, I think Zach Baughn's awesome. So, you know, I think it's between him and Baughan as our 2 best players on defense right now. Well, Jalen Carter. I mean, that's the elephant.
But last year clearly wasn't a fluke for Baughan. I think he's going to have another great year.
Yeah.
And so far, so good. At least in the early returns here, looks good.
Yeah. Watching Jahad Campbell run with Ferguson on like one of those like stop and go routes, I think it was. That was awesome, and he broke that. I think it kind of hit him in the back of the head, but either way, like he was in great position.
And Vaughn did it a couple plays later, right at the goal line.
Same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, Pump, you can be as hungry as you want, babe. You know what I mean? Hunger only goes so far when you ain't as good. Like, I'm hungry. Okay. Well, I think the Chiefs are full. If you want me to be real with you, I mean, you're not gonna win so many Super Bowls, babe. They're full. Go ahead now.
I know this will shock you guys. I actually have this game a little closer.
Hey, we got a blowout coming Sunday.
Here we go. We're waiting for you.
No, he's going to go close. When he goes close games, blowouts happen.
Yeah, I mean,
let's go.
I don't know. Andy has a little time he had a couple extra days to prepare for this matchup. And he may throw a wrinkle or two. And I think it's going to be a little touch and go for a little while there, but ultimately, I think we win I think we win the football game, and give me 30, 31-24. I think I don't know. I have a feeling that CB2 may be a little bit of a problem again, and despite Adoree Jackson, I think we go on and win the football game. But I think Jackson's going to continue to struggle, and I'm wondering what week we decide to sit him down and not play him anymore. I don't see him having a real valuable contribution to this team this year. And
look where your head's at, Noah.
Yeah, I what I saw Thursday night, especially in that first half, was
real bold take.
Frighteningly bad.
This is what I'm tired of talking about. Like, you guys you're acting like you got some bold take tonight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love the, like, I don't think, like, we're talking about whooping somebody's ass. They got no wide receivers. And you're going to sit here at 11:46 at night and be like, well, I can see Adoree Jackson against who? Who running routes?
Juju.
Juju
Smith-Schuster.
I think
they're the same guy.
Luke
the same guy.
Score a touchdown on him. To be honest, I mean,
we stop. Nobody's sitting on our chairs right now is scoring a touchdown against a professional athlete at the quarterback position. So can we knock it off, please?
Right.
That we're better than him. Like, stop. My meniscus is on fire on a daily basis. That's not even talking about the sciatic nerve. Can we knock it off?
But I do agree. I think. I think Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, they'll have big days. I think we'll be able to move the ball through the air, and points are going to be had in this game. Take the over, fellas.
Yeah, one day, Pump, that he didn't get the ball to his wide receiver. You're unbelievable.
I called it before. We talked about it before the season even started. We knew this was going to happen. So we promised we'd ignore it. So we're going to ignore it.
Yeah, go spit on somebody, Pump. Go spit on somebody with that
Petty Jalen on Sunday evening. Petty Jalen.
I would spit on your lips right now, Pump. I don't even know what that means. But
what the fuck is going on here?
Well, he wants to come up here with profile pics of a spitter, and he wants to take shots at the franchise quarterback. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, you better come with super chats. I'm done with you, Pump. Lipgate.
Look, we're going to win the game, but it's not going to be a blowout.
What's the fucking score?
I said 31-24.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Oh, open your ears.
I know. I need to.
Don't worry about it. I'm going deaf too. I'm old. Yeah. I'm old as fuck as well.
Not a good time. How old are you right now? 42?
Yeah. And my I don't know. My lungs think I'm 85, but fuck it.
Wait till you get to 43.
I hope I make it to 43.
Don't. I'm there tomorrow. I'm there this weekend.
Oh, 43? Happy birthday!
Yeah, it's weird.
Yes.
It's weird.
It sucks.
That's why me and Luke get along. I see that. I see the September, the little Virgo. I don't even know what that shit means.
September
but-
bloodline. Near do
Yeah,
I. That's news to me.
Yeah, little bloodline. I didn't know about the blood. I never heard about it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
September bloodline.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's that?
My dad's
Google
birthday
this
was
one.
yesterday.
Oh, was it the big
Yeah.
fella?
Yeah.
Let's go. What bowl games he got this year?
Well, it's the same ones. It's the
Every time I think about your dad, I think about Cheez It Bowl.
yeah, Cheez It Bowl. It's it, Cheez It and the Pop Tart.
Wow.
Yeah, the snack
Yeah.
bowls. Love that. Good for him.
Can you get me some Pop Tarts?
I have boxes of Pop Tarts.
Let's go, bro. I mean, ship them up. I'll pay you for the shipping and handling. Maybe a little tip. I mean, I still
We
owe you
got
for
boxes
staying
of
at my
Pop
house,
Tarts.
but-
It's the best.
yeah.
And he makes sure he gets only the ones that I want. So it's always the cinnamon and sugar, the brown cinnamon and sugar, because that's the only flavor you can have.
Holy shit, John, you're old as shit.
I don't know. He could probably outrun me.
What's your score, Luke? What you got?
I'm a no. I think it's gonna be close. Half the stuff that comes out of Jalen's mouth, I don't really understand. But the one thing I totally understand what he says, and we saw it last year, it ain't a finished product. And I'm not predicting, and I don't think anyone is, that the product on Sunday is going to be finished at all. If you remember, we called last year's team the greatest team we've ever seen. And it was week 4 and we were ready to fire everybody. So I just want people to remember that. So I'm not expecting a finished product. I don't think there's any finished products amongst the entire NFL right now. So I think it's going to be a close game. Going back to what I said earlier, I don't know if we're going to throw all over the yard, but what I do know is that we are going to out-Chiefs the Chiefs. Jalen is going to out-Mahomes late in the game. I'm betting on that. And I'm going with a close win, 24-20.
So I got Sports Center on right now, right?
Wow.
And the rematch.
Well, what are they?
Right.
Are they talking about
Right.
LeBron or about
No,
the Cowboys?
They're talking about Mahomes. They're talking about the rematch here. He's 11-4 as an underdog. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to make it all this, and they're going to go 0-2. Right. That's my thing. And I agree with Luke. Like, if they lose this game, it's not fire everybody season over. That's not, you know what I mean? That's not where we're at. Right. Okay. Because they could easily lose it. But the fact that we're turning it into a rematch and we're having those conversations, the Chiefs get their ass kicked on Sunday. Because there's the new big dog in town. The only team in the NFL that's not scared of the Chiefs is the Philadelphia Eagles. Everybody else they beat. That's where I'm at now. The only team not scared of them. The Buffalo Bills are petrified of them. Okay, they can't beat them up. They can't beat them up 30.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens can't beat them. None of those teams that are awesome. Those teams are awesome. They can't beat them no matter if the Chiefs have their best roster, middle roster, or bad roster. They can't beat them. It's amazing. We're going to go in and belt the ass of them again. Like, I just truly believe it. I know it's early in the year. We're not a finished product. You nailed it. Absolutely. That takes time. I think what happens is some teams hit their ceiling week 1. They hit we hit their ceiling week 2. Oh, the darling.
The Saints every year, not this year, but the Saints every year, like usually 5-0, and then they fall off a cliff. And
then they stink. So teams hit their ceiling early. You don't want to hit your ceiling early. You want to climb the mountain, but you want to find ways to win games. To your point, I can see it being close too, just because of Mahomes, because he's going to do the same things Jalen does and keep his team in a game. But I like to talk shit into existence. But I thought your score and you guys down below, you're on to something. And we're just gonna have the ball last. But I could also see them because they think like Chiefs have revenge. That's cool. Okay, let's go beat you by 3 touchdowns. I could see that happening again because sometimes like you whoop a team like that. How are they coming into this week feeling good about themselves? Seriously. How do you come in this week being like, well, we lost Xavier Worthy, we don't have DeAndre Hopkins anymore, we got Juju. Like how can you come into this week feeling like you're going to beat us? The only way they can beat us offensively consistently is Mahomes makes plays out of the pocket, right? Or they pound the football on us. which I just don't know how you do with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, followed up with Zach Bourne and Jahad Campbell. I don't know how you do it consistently. If they do it, credit to them. They lost Joe Tooney. Okay. They lost a few different players too. So their offensive line isn't as good as it was. I mean, come on. We're way more finished product than they are right now. They could start 0-2 and still make the playoffs because that's how they're built. They're built to climb the mountain.
Hey, Martian, relax. It's still Wednesday for another 6 minutes.
I want to know what this line would be if the game was in Philly. That's what I want to know.
I was just going to talk about the line because I feel like you were talking about the Bills. 1.5. You were talking about the Bills and Ravens. When the Bills and Ravens play in Arrowhead, there is a 0% chance that they would ever be a favorite. 0. No way in a million years.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think like it's probably not a touchdown, but I could see it being like 5.5 if this game's in Philly. It's at least 4. At least 4.
It's 4. It's 4.5. 4.5.
Look at the roster disparity.
Yeah.
And then okay, you can say, well, they got Spags, right? I agree. Love Spags. We got Vic.
What has Spags done against Jalen Hurts in his career?
But hear me out. We got. I'm comparing stuff, right? But we have Vic, so we have the same veteran type defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Right. So like we're on the same boat.
And
we both
look what he does against. Look what he does against Mahomes. Like his record as the Broncos coach sucked against him, but Mahomes' numbers were down. It's just he had. I don't even remember who his quarterback was. Might have been Teddy Bridgewater. I don't even remember. God awful offense over there. But defensively, they were always good, and they had his number. He comes here, and we destroyed him in the Super Bowl. And the year, oh no, he wasn't the DC that the year we had the collapse. I forget who the. Oh, it was Desai, that moron. Somehow we stopped him in Arrowhead still. Yeah. Yeah. Somehow we still stopped him. But Vic's had success against him in his career.
Yeah.
No, Vic, I mean, Vic's a GOAT. Spags is a GOAT to me. Like those guys have done it for a long time and they've had a ton of success, and neither one really want to be a head coach. So at this point of their careers, they are happy where they're at and they have success there. So, I'll never shit on his defenses because he always seems to replenish, even when he loses things and he gets guys up to speed. I think we're two teams built similar in terms of climb the mountain built. And it's not the first 4 weeks. The first 4 weeks is trying to get the cobwebs out, figure out what's wrong, correct mistakes, and get things going. I think both teams are built like that. I just don't think they're as good as us. That's the difference maker here. I really believe we would be 1-1 through this point of the year, just because that's usually how we get started, period. But they're just not as good as us. Like Cowboys, you're just not as good as us. Like you know what I mean? Like I appreciate it. Who we got week 3? Who's week 3?
Rams.
I hate to break the news to you. You guys aren't as good as us. Who's week 4? Bills.
Tampa.
Tampa.
That's
I'll be there.
That's you're as good as us for some reason around the pirate ship. And then okay, what's the week after that?
Giants.
The Giants.
That might be the Thursday night.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Giants.
Yep.
We know that answer.
That'll be Dart's debut.
Like you go through
it. No way.
Like you go through it and you're like, holy shit, we got the Chiefs. We got the Rams.
See how we survived.
No, right? Sorry, Denver,
right? But you go through this,
then Giants.
Yeah, you go through this schedule though, and you're like, oh man, that team's good. And you're like, well, we're better than them.
Yeah.
Like Jalen's better than Bo Nix. I like Bo. You know what I mean? But he's better than Bo Nix.
Bo Nix stinks.
Like
I alluded to it earlier. He stinks.
Stafford's a stud. Like, but we're better.
He's not going to play.
Who, Stafford?
Yeah, I don't think he's playing this week.
Well,
he's banged up.
Maybe when we play him, right? He'll probably play.
2 weeks?
Maybe. And
he's dealt with an injury. He's been dealing with shit all summer. Like he's been a mess.
My point is, and we say this about schedules all the time. Yeah. At least I say it. This is why I say I don't care about a schedule. How good is their football team? Because guys are going to be out. Guys are going to miss. Teams are going to miss key players. If Matthew Stafford's not there, you can write that win in. We could walk to LA and walk home. You know what I mean? Like and still whoop their ass.
Philly, but yeah.
We can walk there and walk back for funsies and still whoop their ass. So either way, like they're not as good as us. They're not as good as with Matty either. I mean, they're not like it's not like head and shoulder difference here. You know what I mean? But overall, they're not as good as us. And that's how I look at these teams. Like they're good. A lot of good football teams. Like part of me will always put the Bills with us and the Ravens with us because of their quarterbacks. Like those two guys are special, man. I don't care what anybody says about Lamar either. Like you could leave the Lamar stuff at home at this point. If you don't think he's good, then you're crazy. Like if you don't think Lamar
game Sunday night was awesome.
Yeah, like if you don't watch Lamar Jackson and say he's grown as a quarterback, you're a moron. Like you really just are. You're just a hater at this point. Like just have eyeballs. Like I tell it to people all the time. You know, I thought he was a gadget guy when he came in, but he grew as a passer. He has. Like if you watch him, he's way different. Go put on games from 5 years ago and watch him now, and watch him in the pocket. He's not looking to run right away. He's really not. But he'll break your ass down if you want to give him a hole to run, because now everybody game plan for him to run, and now he'll throw it all around on you. And I got Derrick Henry. Remember Josh Allen's the best quarterback in football. That might never get a ring.
Who let the Ravens draft him?
Eagles.
We traded the pick to him.
Yeah, we traded 32 to him. That's why.
Who would you rather have?
No, again, that's
a weird one, right? That's a tough one, right? Who would you rather have?
I mean,
it absolutely is.
I just don't want to answer it because, he's the obvious answer. But
yeah, he's the obvious answer. Some things are clear to like even with him taking a shit at halftime. Like he's the obvious answer. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's insane, dude.
But Josh Allen's the best quarterback in football. That might never get a ring. Best quarterback in football. I don't give a shit. Like that dude. That dude's awesome. That dude is awesome. He's so good. He's not even doing it with he's not doing it with studs. Like you know,
Shakir and Palmer and
dude, I went into my
run your ass over.
I went into a fantasy matchup down 40, and this dude won the game for me. I'm like, how did you do that?
And I love the GM. His whole career, the GM's like, let's get another cornerback. We need another cornerback, and we need another safety. But they give up 40 a game.
Well, because they all get
hurt. Give your guy a receiver.
They have
I'm just saying,
they have a
give your guy. They drafted Coleman.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only. I mean, they've extended guys, but I feel like they haven't gone out and gotten someone.
Yeah. Cook's a good pick.
He's a stud.
He's had Diggs for a few years.
Diggs is a loser. Like that actually hurt Josh Allen more than it helps him. Like sometimes when you have divas and they want the ball too much, like sometimes guys will stare you down and force it to you. Like you notice the interceptions are down. Did you notice that? Like interceptions go down when you got to like. They're not going to go down and get Justin Jefferson because he's not one of those types of guys, right? AJ Brown's not one of those types of guys. He's not going to disrupt the whole locker room, right? Stephon Diggs will disrupt shit when he's not getting the football. Like you hear, we've heard it. Like, he's not shy to make it clear. So sometimes you want to please that guy, you start force feeding it, and when you force feed, right, that's where turnovers start to happen. Look at his numbers from Diggs till now. Look at the interception difference. Craig, am I right? Just look it up. I'm guessing. I guarantee that it's lower last year. Guarantee he threw less picks last year without even looking it up.
Even though he shouldn't have. Like he won MVP last year without Stephon Diggs. So
yeah, I forgot the guy won MVP without losing his number one wideout.
He didn't have anybody. Realistically, he didn't have anybody out there.
No, he had a rookie.
He threw for less percentage, less yards. Same TDs, less INTs, better rating.
Yeah.
Sometimes less is more.
Then 23, 22.
Oh my God. Going into that year, people were bugging out about the Bills going into that year too.
I said they were going to be better.
I don't know about the Bills. They got no weapons.
Wasn't Mac Hollins one of their wide receivers for God's sake?
Yes, he was. He
barefoot
was walking
every game.
Barefoot.
And of course, he had
barefooted
every game, right?
Yeah,
barefooted 3 games.
He had a forgettable.
I'm pretty sure he wore like a Muppets head thing or something. Sesame Street, like Elmo or some shit. I forget what it was.
Listen, I'll just say that, like I said, he's probably the best quarterback in the league. I don't know if he'll ever win one because he's got to at some point beat Mahomes, right? And you think at some point it would happen for him. But either way, we have the best winner. There's levels to this shit, right? So when you talk about the quarterback's position, we have the best winner. Now let's go to defense side of the ball. Player of the game. Did you give your score?
27-17 Eagles.
27-17. Good to have you.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, there's an echo in
Okay.
here, man. Love
Oh,
that.
good.
There's an echo.
It was a good conversation. There's no need to jump in and ruin that.
No, I gave the same score.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, was there?
I don't even know what I told you.
27-15.
Yeah.
Even better.
Hey, 5 field goals. Have a day.
31-17.
Ooh.
Sure.
I like going higher. But I do agree. I do think there is some fishy. No, I don't want to say fishiness, but Tommy, we talked about this Sunday. What's more plausible? Chiefs being 0-2 or 1-1? Right? Or Chiefs and Eagles being 1-1 each, or 2-0 versus 0-2.
I think 0-2.
I'm sure Taylor Swift LLC has got some opinion on that one. I'm sure they do.
I'll tell you guys this right now. 0-2 makes them the talk of the town. So I actually think 0-2 sells ratings as well.
Yeah.
So a couple ways to look
at
it.
It does.
Is basically a death sentence, right? How often do teams make the playoffs when they start 0-2?
Not many, but they would.
I know they would.
That's what's going to happen here. They're going to
Yeah.
go 0-2. The world's going to fall in Kansas City, and they'll rattle off 5 in a row.
Nick Wright's going to have an aneurysm.
Yeah, he'll still have him as the number 2 team in the league.
Yeah, but they got.
And Jalen will still suck. Jalen will still suck.
And let's be clear too. As we talked about, there absolutely could be a loss this week.
For sure.
But despite whatever moron that goes by 3 letters says, it is not an acceptable loss.
No,
There's never an acceptable loss on a schedule. Ever.
That doesn't make sense. That's loser talk. That's
complete loser talk. That's tire seat talk.
Yeah,
that's I'm walking down the sideline holding a camera, taking a video.
Yeah,
right?
Go get it. Why don't you go put it?
Losses happen. Losses happen. We all know this, right? But there's never an acceptable loss.
No, there isn't. And I even say this because there's greatness on the other side. Makes sense. There's a Hall of Fame.
Well, that's true. That's part 2. Yeah.
Side. Like, I ain't trying to disrespect him by holding him to 14. He has no goddamn weapons. So I don't know how he gets it done if there's pressure. Now, if there's no pressure on him, then Houston, we got a long game ahead of us. Okay? I mean, this shit ain't hard. Look around the league. Every game you watch, you got red zone and all that, right? When teams are going on drives, QBs have time. It ain't hard. Like, I feel like we overcomplicate this. Like, every good QB in this league will pick your ass apart with time. Every one of them. But if you get pressure on them, nobody is. Unless you're Lamar, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, and name a couple other ones that can absolutely break you down inside the pocket and outside the pocket. Mahomes is one of them.
Yeah.
That's one of them who can break your ass down. So, not disrespecting the guy. There's greatness over there, but it's not an acceptable loss. It's not okay to lose. Absolutely. What are we talking about? I mean, this guy should punch himself square in the face. We're talking about acceptable losses on a 17-game season. Like 162, you have written losses in. You understand, babe? That's 162 talk. Where that's a scheduled one. Little 1 o'clock getaway. Scheduler in. Hey, come on, dude.
Second night of a back-to-back for Sixers. Yeah, that's a scheduled loss.
Scheduler in.
Oh, I think every game's a scheduled loss for Sixers. That's a story for another day.
Well, defensive player of the game. Greg Miller nailed it. I think it's Jalen Carter.
He's going to go ham.
I think he disrupts the heck out of it. And I think this is even bigger. I believe he disrupts it so bad that we realize that the national media realizes, like, holy shit, the Patriots gave Milton Williams $100 million. I think he destroys the backfield. And I could be wrong, but I think you would hope from your star defensive player after a suspension and get kicked out of the game that he would come out with his hair on fire.
Every word says practice has been insane for him, in like his intensity and his focus.
And Mailata's.
Yeah.
Mailata was like, he looked fucking like on another planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat. Hey, keep your saliva to yourself on Sunday. Giddy up. Let's go.
They might come out and try and bait him again.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Guys, you guys see this top 10 run by this either wide receiver or running back?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
No, what team?
I don't even know. DJ Terrell Massey II. Oh my God, there's two of you. There's two of you with that name.
What a name for two of you.
Yeah, TD Catch. It looks like he can play. I don't know what is that a Japanese sign behind him. Japanese.
Didn't know they played pro football over in Japan.
Well, he doesn't look Japanese. So, just to be clear, you ain't breaking guys down like that. Full Japanese. You're 100% Japanese, unless you're Otani running around.
Not cool. All right. But yeah, I alluded to it earlier. I'm gonna go with Jahad Campbell. The dude was an absolute monster last weekend or last week. If you can take away the safety blanket and Travis Kelce, and obviously it's gonna go between him and Zach Ball covering that guy for the most part. If you could take him away, again, we've already talked about it. That their top two wide receivers are out. Otherwise, you got Hollywood Brown and Juju out there. If you could take away Travis Kelce, I don't know who else realistically Pat's going to be able to throw the football to. And then, like you just said, Jalen Carter's going to stop the running game himself. So, Jahad Campbell gets a pick this weekend. He gets a pick on Sunday.
All right. I was going to say I'm going to give a dual player the game because Dory Jackson's going to get a pick 6.
That might be crazier than anything Noah's ever said. That is insane.
Yeah, I've said some crazy shit.
House ball.
Oh.
We're all gonna be like in WhatsApp, like
CB1, CB1.
Yeah, he's better than Q. I don't know better lock shit up too. I'll just keep that real. You know what I mean? You better.
All right, here's some crazy shit. Za'Darius Smith, my defensive player of the game.
Holy shit! Just
got two sacks. Welcome to Philadelphia.
Just got off the plane. Love it.
Let's go.
I mean, I'm going to go with the guy who's good. I think the most underrated part, at least from our perspective of Jalen Carter, is that he plays every snap. And he's playing even if he's not getting to the quarterback at every snap, he's playing productive, very, very productive ball at every snap, which means now you can rotate guys like Jordan Davis, Ajomo. You saw Milton Williams last year. You can start to do that kind of stuff. And a guy's entire life who's been playing next to the guy, Nolan Smith, I think this is his coming out party, just like this whole season now, because I envisioned it next to Jalen Carter. Like you were talking about the leadership earlier. I was going to say, he's the leadership on that defensive line. He's the guy that keeps him in check. And I think part of these conversations that may go on, I don't know, I feel like a coach's perspective, I have a conversation with Nolan. Hey, Nolan, I need you at times like that. I need you to be more vocal. I need you to be the guy. So I'm really saying it for this game, but I think the whole rest of the season, he's the guy.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I think the other guy who really reaps the rewards of him is Jordan Davis. So I think both of the Georgia guys really reap the rewards of him, and rightfully so. Yeah. And he
was hauling ass last game without Jalen. Like he was dead on his ass because he's not used to playing those snaps.
Mm-hmm. No, but he looks good. So
it's I'm not shitting on the guy because it's much different with Jalen Carter on the field.
But yeah, like you nailed it. I mean, he's just gonna makes life easier for everybody out there. But now some of these guys are going to get more one-on-one opportunities, like a Nolan Smith.
Yeah,
and I agree with you. I mean, Nolan's one of those leaders on this defense, even though he's young. He just is. It's his nature. He's another team captain. It's another team captain from the best defense of all time, which was the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm pretty sure was Jordan. I don't know if Jordan was too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was. So I mean, you got the whole. We talked about this for years. Not years, but since we drafted these guys, right? You win up front. In baseball, you went up the middle. This stuff isn't hard, right? So when you go get the greatest defensive line in college football scene and probably, I don't even know how long, at least a decade, right? That's probably going to translate well to the NFL. And especially when you have chemistry together, man. And then I think the biggest piece of this is that Za'Darius goes to the other side, right? Now Za'Darius goes to the other side. Now you got 2 pass rushers on the edge. That now makes decision making even harder for coordinators. If you're going to take Jalen Carter out of the game and let those guys eat, how do you want to operate here? Now, a guy like you just talked about, Jomu getting more opportunity in a weird way because more is less in some way in this aspect. And then Jalen Hunt now gets to be
he's in his role of last year.
Yeah,
a dude who
everything's
killed it all off season. Absolutely killed it all off season. He doesn't have to be out there every snap anymore. Now you have another guy who can rotate in there.
Yeah, you need that because it keeps guys fresher. Like that's when we won in 2017, we had it. When we won last year, we had it. It's not this like crazy recipe that is like some special sauce here, right? Do you have enough depth at the defensive line? Are you deep enough there? Can you rotate? Right? When you talk about, I can make the comparison to travel baseball, right? When you have like 3 or 4 or 5 games on a weekend, are you deep enough up the middle to pull it off? Right? When guys have to go throw right? Are you deep enough to pull it off? That's what it comes down to. And the teams that are deep enough are the teams that win. You know what I mean? And the teams that aren't deep enough are the teams that usually don't. So let's go, Greg. Go ahead.
Ed Reed. I'm going to stick with Ed Reed Blankenship. I think he's going to be in that mix with the Travis Kelce. He's going to be around Travis a lot. Ed Reed Blankenship is my guy.
Who's starting this week? Makuba or Brown?
Makuba.
Okay, we got over that quick.
I thought he looked good for like a rookie thrown in the fire.
I think
dude, here's the thing.
Looks really good.
Jahad Campbell sets the bar so high for a rookie going into that game because he played out of his mind. Like especially a rookie linebacker, not supposed to look like that. So when Makuba goes on the field, obviously he didn't look as good as him. I thought he looked pretty damn good though. Like someone who could develop throughout the course of the season, for sure.
Completely,
100%. 100%.
Well, when you're building,
he looked like he belonged on that field.
And when you're building for the future, you have to give those reps, right? Like, if I'm building my defense for now and the future at the same time, which is weird, right? But they are okay, and you have to get you need your draft picks that you use assets on to be able to play well. I say it about quarterbacks on Sunday, Greg.
Yep.
These guys got to play right away, man. If you're drafting guys from big schools, they're either going to be ready to play or they got to get over the hump of the speed of the game and make adjustments in year 2. But why do you want them to not play year 1 and then year 2 be their rookie year? Why would you want to do that? No, I want guys to get through the learn as on the fly, right? Because when you play at Alabama and you're a Saban guy, you are ready to play yesterday. If you're one of their damn good defensive players, you get where I'm going? Yeah. If you're a Kirby Smart guy, right? When you go look at the college schools that are defensive minded, right? Those guys are ready to play year 1. They're ready to play year 1. So you play them year 1. You understand? And you get over the humps of it. And that's what I say with Makuba. That's a Power 4 school, right? It's one of the last teams standing. He's played
and Clemson.
He's played against all the best of the best. Let him get through the growing pains because Sidney Brown stinks. So it doesn't matter. Like he just wants to hit everybody like it's a car crash. He just wants to get in a car crash all the time. And I like that. But I don't like that on every down because I think he'll play. You got too many penalties out there between him and Carter. There's too many penalties. And the blanket
special teams guy.
The blanket call was the worst call in NFL history.
That was
the blanket call.
Yeah.
It was the worst call in NFL history. There was no head contact. It was actually all football. It was actually the cleanest hit you could have. Like, are we okay?
There was nothing else.
Yeah, no, there's no question that was a bullshit call.
I mean, it worked out, right?
Yeah, it was fine.
But
what was the? Yeah, absolutely ball online. The fumble was the next play, right?
Yep.
Fumble was the next play. Perfect. The Nolan Smith personal foul. When
I
he
was just going to
flex
say
on him.
that.
Dude, I saw
yeah, that
more of
was
those
bullshit.
over the weekend. Oh my god!
Troy
Well, not only that,
Vincent,
not only
Troy
that,
Vincent,
but
hold on,
No
Troy
way.
Vincent is a great eagle. All right, you're a pussycat. You understand? You became a pussycat. That's what Troy Vincent became. All right, when you're gonna send out these statements, like this is seriously like, what sport are we playing? I'm gonna make this clear to the public again. When you're talking about defensive players in the National Football League, your front seven, 90% of the time they're guys you probably don't want to bring home to mommy and daddy as a lady. Okay,
Yep.
about 90% because they're physical specimens and they're just looking to hunt and take you out. Okay, you get them after their career or later on in their career, right? That's when you go bring them home. But come on, right? So when it's an energy and effort sport, there's so much put into it. There's so much energy given when you're playing with such a passion. And then a guy makes a great play and is excited about it, and you're throwing 15-yarders because Troy Vincent's a pussycat. I gotta say it again. Great eagle, you're a pussycat in this role. That's who you are. You're a yes man in this role. That's who you became, Troy. Okay, so take out the passion of the game. Thanks, Troy. Take out the passion.
and it's not even something that could be called the same way.
Here. That's why you never won here. Okay, that's why you never won here. And I see your true colors, and you're a Hall of Famer. Great player here, though. Appreciate you, Troy.
No, I mean,
But
as far as the celebration goes, sorry, Greg, but
no,
look, if it's Pee Wee football, then okay, I get it. You don't want them taunting each other. This isn't Pee Wee football, guys. Newsflash: this is professional football played by grown ass men. Now, here's an idea. If you don't want to be if you don't want to get taunted or whatever, or be, then make the play. If you don't want to get embarrassed out there, then make the block or make the tackle, make that catch, defend that receiver. All right. I mean, it is what it is. It's a results league, and I am so tired of these officiating crews. Basically, they're being directed by the league by Roger, okay, to just be ready to throw a flag at any second. How about let these guys play? Let them play. Let the players on the field decide the game.
Is there times where it's like, okay, that's warranted? Sure. But don't be begging for it. That's what they're looking like. They're hunting for it. It's binoculars. It's binoculars. But listen, I didn't realize it was 12:30. So
I mean, if Nolan Smith, in addition to flexing over the guy, took the player and slammed him to the ground after he was already down, all right, that's one thing. But I mean, come on.
Because then you got to call everything after the play. Because then you become the ticky-tack.
It's not even called correctly. If you called that, but then Travion Diggs can ride Jalen Hurts to the bench, face mask the whole time.
And I don't care about the boys.
And I get it, they're boys. I don't care though.
I don't care either.
Nolan Smith flexed for 2 seconds and then walked away, and you flagged him. But Diggs, after a big play or whatever happened, can ride him all the way to the bench, and that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just it's such a crock of shit. It doesn't shock me because that's what the NFL has become.
This isn't golf. This is an emotional game played by.
What, golf's not emotional? You should have saw my back nine on Tuesday. Golf was really emotional.
Oh man, did you have a 30 on the back nine there, Greg?
No, it's the other way. I blew up.
Oh, 62, 62, huh?
Pretty close. Not that bad though.
I got you. But it just chaps my ass when the officials already throw too many fucking flags to begin with. All right. And now Roger's telling them to throw more goddamn flags. I just, fuck, man. Let the players decide the game. Keep the fucking officials out of it.
Yeah. I mean, that should be in every sport, right? So I agree with you. I mean, I would expect them to get the ball to Hollywood Brown a lot this week, and but I want to see a little bit more. Like I said, I can see a little bit more from Q this week. And listen, CD's good. And I think that's another reason why the Dory looked even worse, because that's how good CD is. Like CD's getting 10 catches a week, essentially. Like that's like who he is. You know what I mean? He's, when you talk about always open, CD Lamb's always open. Always open. So that's why I don't put too much stock into it, because I expected it. Right? Let me see what they do when it's just Hollywood Brown's your best receiver. Let me see what this let me see if you go shut shit down like you should, right? Because that's not an elite wide receiver room. You know, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb's really good when you got Dak Prescott too. That's really good. Okay. So they're going to get theirs. Make sense, guys? Right? They're going to get theirs a little bit. But now you go shut down this. I'm a little bit more comfortable with our secondary. And I'll be a little bit more comfortable going into week 3 if Adoree Jackson's still the second corner, right? But I need you guys to go shut this down then. Because then if not, we're going to be panicking. And I don't want to panic. Right, guys? I'm not in the mood to panic. So, but if you go shut it down, then I got another week for you. And that's where the importance of, like I said, these other guys around them, you know, first of all, Q should be following CD like he stole money from him. Like that's what you can't call yourself Guantanamo, or not him. We can't call him Guantanamo Bay, and then you don't follow. No. If you're a full lockdown security prison, you're following, babe. You're following.
And that's what's cool though, because normally a guy like him, he likes to hide a lot in the slot, and he did that in the second half. And then Coop we're good with that. So then it allows, like for guys with 2 receivers, like Tampa. I know that Igbuka is in love in the slot. He loves playing in the slot.
Yeah.
And you got Mike Evans out wide. So I get it. Those are 2 absolute studs that are a problem. But you got some of the best in the league. You got Coop in the slot, where they normally try to hide guys. And then you got Q on the out wide, and sadly Adoree on the other side. But it is what it is. How many teams got 3 receivers on their team?
Yeah,
Tampa.
You gotta hide him, and they're gonna
That's
match
it.
up for some. They're gonna put him on that side of the field. Like Tampa's gonna put Mike Evans against Adoree Jackson.
Yes.
Which in a
All
weird
day.
way, like Q's small. So Mike Evans could on contested catches, right, get his a little bit on Q. Adoree feels a little bit bigger, like a little bit taller than Q. So maybe like Mike Evans is another guy who gets his though. Like some guys in this league are gonna get theirs. Yeah. Right. And no matter how good a cornerback play you have, like they're going to eat. And then some weeks you're going to get the best of them too. But more often than not, the better receivers in this league get theirs. They just do. Like I said, like we're making a big stink over AJ Brown on 1 catch, right? They arguably the best receiver in football had 2. So you know what I mean? Best receiver in football had 2. And is Denzel Ward? Are we on the phone for Denzel Ward yet? Like, is that deal done? Because I need that deal done.
I saw they restructured his contract yesterday.
Jalen Johnson.
The Browns restructured their contract yesterday. So I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, well, maybe it's easier to trade him.
Maybe. It's one way or the other. Who knows?
Yeah, it's one way or the other. You're
right. Speaking of forgotten receivers, I got to as we get out of here. I got a four banger parlay for you guys. Touchdown parlay.
Here we go.
Love it.
AJ Brown.
Okay.
Terry McLaurin. Jamar Chase.
Yep.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
All right, so 4 guys who didn't do anything last week.
4 guys that did nothing.
Got it. I have all of them in fantasy.
I like
plus it. 30, plus 32.66. $5 gets you 170.
Send that to me. And who was the other guy?
Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that one.
Terry, AJ, Jamar against the Giants? Oh, no, they just played the Giants.
The Packers. That's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Okay. All right.
He didn't get a touchdown week 1.
He got like 2 catches for 20 yards.
Oh, he had another. Okay.
Yeah, he's one of those like stinkers.
I got. I don't know if you know that movie. I got. No, it's in there. I mean, that's old school, babe.
Drawing a blank. Not the first time in my life.
It was Joe Pesci. Was it Pesci? Now, who was that guy? I'll find out. We got anything else?
Phils are a fucking wagon.
Yeah.
Home
How about,
Phils.
how about
10-game
them
lead.
Phils?
Yeah,
10-game lead over the Mutts.
that's insane.
Only
Love it.
what 2.5 back of the Brewers now.
2.5 back of number 1 seed. That's the wagon part. You go get me that.
Yeah.
You're the wagon.
We might send the Mets right out of the playoffs.
Yep, magic number's 7, I believe.
Yep.
So there we go.
Magic
Giddy
number
up.
7.
We got what? 3 weeks, 2 weeks left of 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
Of baseball.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Brandon Marsh and Harrison Bader have been awesome.
Yes,
Awesome.
they have.
Brandon Marsh has revitalized
Marsh
his
is
career.
hitting like 290 since he
He's hitting
came off.
The last
He's in
290
282.
for
Remember when he was
his
batting 100?
Yeah,
He's batting 282 now overall.
yeah.
Yep.
Dude's been nuts.
You know what he's
Bader's-
doing? And this is what we asked of him his entire time, right? Like, if you're going to be a platoon guy, you got to mash righties.
Mhm.
He's now mashing righties.
You gotta hit off a lefty.
Righties.
today.
He's almost 300, I think,
Yep.
against righties
Yeah.
since he came back from that injury. So that's what, if you're going to be that platoon, that's what you got to do. You got to match righties.
Yep.
And I'm so glad he is, because I want you want to like him, right? He's a likable guy, but when he was under 200, you're like, what is going on? But he is, and he's driving the baseball too. That's I think is another key thing. He's driving baseballs.
Yeah, he's not necessarily hitting homers, but he's hitting extra
Yep.
base hits.
Yep.
So Bader's hitting like 600 in his last 20 games, which is insane.
And the
Kepler
guy that
had,
was
Kepler had 3 RBIs tonight.
fuck, I think
No.
he had 5.
5 RBIs? He had 3 hits. My bad.
He had
3 hits
5
tonight.
RBIs.
3 hits tonight. So like hit a bomb. Like
And in this series, I mean,
Yo, Max
Nola,
Kepler's got
Flores,
15.
and Sanchez have been absolute money.
And Max Kepler's got 15 homers. So Max Kepler,
We hit one tonight, so 16.
16.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah.
update it yet. That's crazy.
You know, and I like the fact that we put 11 runs on the board and only hit 2 homers. So we're, you know, it was a hit parade tonight. We're passing the baton, doing the little things, you know, playing a little small ball here and there, you know, getting that sac fly. I mean, we're finding different ways to score runs, and that needs to continue if we're going to have a serious postseason run here.
Well, I think the biggest thing is like that's what we paid Max Kepler to do. Like 16 homers, 50 RBIs, you know, might get to 18, maybe 20, right? In that range. Like that's sort of what we were looking for. So
The only thing that's not is the average, right? If that average says 250, it's a complete like that signing is great then. Right.
Yeah, he just had to get through.
He's playing every day.
Yeah, well, he had to learn how to platoon. Right. That's what was hard for him. Right. I'm not making an excuse for the guy, but I think he sort of found himself in it now.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Same with Marsh. It's not always easy being a platoon guy.
No.
And like, shit, not playing today. Right.
I guess we can all agree that Castellanos will be somewhere else next year.
He will be.
Yeah, he will be, but he's played, he's played well over, he's had a hit in the last 3 games. So
yeah, last week he's been pretty good. Last week, 10 days, he's been pretty good.
Yeah. So I mean, I like Nick. I mean, the organization likes Nick. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's
I just don't think he likes platooning all that much. And
Well,
I mean,
no,
I'm sure he'll suck it up for the rest of this year. But
well, I mean, he hasn't platooned in the last 3 games, right? So he's played 3 straight games here. So
well, now Nick sat tonight.
He sat tonight. So my bad.
But you were out. You were out.
But now they update it. Like now you update it. I refreshed it 15 times. Like I don't understand. But either way. But you get what I'm saying. He played 3 out of 4 games. Like I mean, I don't know what you want, Nick. Like you're 33 years old. Like that's when you sort of get to that age, you sort of find yourself, if you're not mashing, in a platoon role.
Yeah.
Yep.
So especially when you have younger guys who are not even younger guys, it's guys that are mashing. I mean, you're not going to play Bader and you're not going to play Marsh right now, and you're not going to play Kepler.
Yeah, Kepler's red hot.
Yeah.
Who would have thought we were saying that 2 weeks ago?
Kepler's raking.
A month ago, I wanted him cut.
Yeah, you did. You're very.
I absolutely wanted him cut.
A half ago, I thought he was as good as gone.
Yeah, I said that August 1st he shouldn't have been on this team anymore.
Well, guess what? I mean,
glad to be wrong.
his career average is he's a 236 guy, right? So he's never really hit for average, but he's gonna finish his career with over 200 homers. You know what I mean? You know, he's gonna finish with the ability to lose a baseball, right? He's 32 years old. He's not got that much time left.
Yeah.
Again, another guy at this point in your career.
He's not a Hall of Famer, but not completely useless either. I mean, he can.
No, at this point in your career, you're supposed to drive the ball off righties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And tomorrow we got a night one on Fox to come out to sweep. What's that? Luzardo going for win number 13.
Yep. But
he's been nails.
I'm going back a few nights, but it was nice to see Nola turn in a good performance. I mean, I'll be honest.
Nice. It was needed. We
Yeah,
needed to see that.
Definitely.
That game 1-0.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're gonna need more of that, of course, if we're gonna go, as far as we want to here.
Yeah. If I've always been. I know there's been a ton of people here that have been, at least in the city, that have been hard on Aaron Nola. Like we talked about this back in the summer, right? Yeah. The dude has always been, give me the ball every fifth day. This has been the first year that he's, been hurt, and he's been battling injuries all year long. And hopefully this is what he can, he doesn't necessarily have to go out there and shut people out for 6-7 innings.
Right.
But if he can give you quality starts down the stretch and in the playoffs.
Oh, I'll take that any day.
A righty. Gives you a righty with a mix up with the three lefties you got who have just been absolute studs.
Yeah.
That's what you need in the playoffs.
Yeah, so, if he could be a 4 ERA guy instead of a 6 ERA guy, I'll take it.
Yeah, but I also think you use those first 3 starts as almost like spring training again.
Sure.
Like you're sort of rebuilding it again. You're refiguring stuff out. You're making adjustments, and credit to him, you can go 2 ways in this sport. You can figure it out, or you can just keep going south. And that start was money because his other starts were good after the first inning. But I always say it to my starters too, coaching them like, they either get you in the first or they don't get you the rest of the game. Make sense? So that's the first inning, is that inning where you got to, sometimes you got to unload the chamber on them and show them everything. And other times you can't, depending on the lineup you're facing, right? So I don't know, but I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about him come playoff time because I think he'll be stretched out. It'll be not stretched out, but more in a groove. It's about sort of getting your starting pitchers in a groove. So I'm hoping it's more hope than, who knows what happens. But like Ryan said, when you got these 2 bookend lefties, you just need a righty to compete.
Yeah.
You just need a righty to go out there. Yeah, have a competitive start for me. Have a quality, as I like to say. Have a little better than a quality start. How about that? Have a little bit better than a quality start, and we're winning the World Series. Yeah. Because Sanchez is lights out. Rangers lights out.
He just turned it around too again.
I'm not even kidding, dude.
Luzardo's been awesome his last 3 starts.
If Luzardo's dealing, he might get the start, depending on the type of lineup you're facing. Like if you're facing more of a lefty-centric lineup, Luzardo's going to be might end up being.
I don't think there's any question. 1, 2, 3 or lefty, lefty, lefty.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question.
Now, if Nolan's lights out the rest of the year like this, right, and the rest of the starts, then okay. We know who we're third.
You got a decision to make.
Well, that's easy. And I'm pitching Aaron Nola on the road too.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Like you're throwing the guy who has the most postseason experience.
Yeah,
right? I got him out there. Absolutely.
The only way I'm not is if he's getting smacked around every start from here on out. But if he's giving me quality starts and he mixes in some gems, he's got to start that.
And we also got to remember though who's calling the shots, right? Like Topper's going to give him the ball.
Yeah,
at some point,
absolutely.
Right? I mean, Topper even said last week, he goes, "Yeah, I don't mind his stuff. His stuff is there. I don't mind like the results. Like obviously he wants to be better." He goes, "But I know Aaron Nola's going to take the ball, and I know I can trust him in a big spot." Yeah. He referenced back to like 2013 or not 2013, like 2023 or whatever, where he was struggling coming into the postseason. But then he took the ball and he was lights out for that postseason run, or at least the first few starts. So we got to remember Topper's a very missionary type of guy that he's going to give his horse the ball. And like I don't know what he does tonight. Like Marsh and Kepler both had hits against a lefty. I think his head exploded in the dugout.
Yeah,
we got a hit against a lefty. Holy shit!
Hey, these guys are hot.
Yep.
But
Everything's going
yeah,
good.
that's the thing. Like we just got to remember who's calling the shots because he's going to give the ball to Knowles. We know it.
Yeah, he's getting the ball. Absolutely.
Well, I think psychologically this was a big series for the Phillies, against a contending team like the Mets. We want to put them away here. We want to slam the door on the Mets. Now, who knows if they hang around and still get that wild card, it is very possible we could see them again in the postseason. And we can reference back to this series, and this could be, this could be a good thing heading into October here.
Yep. Go smoke him again tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we're different after the trade deadline. You probably wouldn't have got me to say this before, but after the trade deadline, we're different than the team we were last year. Like, I'm not scared of them to see them in the playoffs because we'll be home.
Yep.
Right? They can't cheat. They can't cheat at home. We've seen it.
Yeah.
They can't cheat with their pitching against us at home. So I ain't scared of them at home. If we were on the road, yeah, I might be a little worried.
Oh, no,
this team is different.
City Field's been a house of horrors for us.
Yeah, this team is different since the trade deadline. I wasn't huge on the Harrison Bader deal, but that deal is paying off in spades.
Awesome.
Yeah,
It might even cause issues, and we can talk about this later because I know we're all trying to get out of here. But like, it might cause issues going into next. And I'm not saying that the issues are bad. Like, are we keeping him? You know what I mean? Like,
well, if he has a great year, like he is, yeah. And again, we talked about it, and we'll leave it at this, right? But we talked about this. This is simple. Sometimes they made the splash move and got the much needed thing, which was the dominant closer. But sometimes the next move doesn't have to be splash. It has to be a guy who's played in big games his whole life in the big leagues. Like, every team he's been on has been good and been a playoff team. Like, he hasn't been really on slop teams. Look at all the teams he's played on. He's had big moments in the playoffs, right? So sometimes that move could be one of your best moves. And he's an energy guy, right? You know what I mean? And I don't know.
Mutual
it's
option
turning
for
out to
next
be a
year.
great one.
We'll see how it plays out, right? We'll see.
Yep.
But listen,
Mutual
great
option
show.
for next year.
Let's get out of here before 1:00. Love you all out there. Go Birds. we pretty much consensus is a goddamn roll job Sunday. So enjoy it. I'll be driving 10 hours this weekend. So everybody out there,
where are you heading?
I already told you. I'm not telling you again. I'll tell you after the show. It's been HED Wednesday nights. We're out.